Yo, what's up guys? I hope you guys are having an amazing day. Today I'm basically going to do a breakdown of how to go from zero to $10,000 with UGC and what I would do if I started from scratch. And then just some credentials. I started UGC about 4 to 5 months ago. In my first month I made $10,000 and then I got a 6-figure tech offer from a startup in San Francisco. I got flown out to their headquarters. I worked there for a month as a marketing director. And then I quit just because I was already making so much money with UGC on the side to where I started building my own startup. And I realized it wasn't for me, so now I'm basically helping others build the life that they deserve with UGC. And one thing I do want to mention is that none of this would have happened without the mindset that I adopted. And I think the mindset is super important, and it's what I really want you to pay attention to during this video because you can translate it to any other business model. So yeah, let's begin. I started late in August. At the time it was pretty chaotic. I was hiking and backpacking because it was like during the summer. I just moved houses. It was going back and forth, and then I started running. I don't know why I included that, but I just started running. And at the same time, my girlfriend of a year and a half and I also broke up. It was a pretty rough time. I was broke and I was coping with alcohol, smoking, etc. And the reason why I'm saying all this is because I want you to know that I was at one of the lowest points in my life and I was able to turn it all around with the mindset I adopted. I want you guys to know, if you are in the same situation, that it is possible to get out. You just need to work hard like anything else and just be determined and have hope. And with that being said, the month after I discovered UGC, I got flown out to San Francisco by a tech startup and I got a 6-figure offer. What I want you guys to know is that during this whole entire time, I already knew that I had it. Which is what? What do you mean you already knew you had it? And that is one of the things I'm going to cover in this video, is that you must already have your desired result before you have it physically. So the point is, your mindset has to be greater than your circumstances. This is not really a $10,000 speedrun from UGC, but more like a $10,000 mindset, which I believe is significantly more important than just having making $10,000 in a single skill, because this translates to everything else. This is removing limiting beliefs, myth busting. We get a lot of misconceptions about UGC and how to start and whatnot, but I'm going to break those down right now and remove those limiting beliefs for you guys. So you don't need a big following. You don't need expensive equipment. All you need is literally a phone. You don't need perfect camera skills. You don't need a perfect portfolio for pitching, and it doesn't take months of work before making any money. In reality, you can have 0 followers. You can just have an iPhone, maybe a laptop for software as a service brands, your authentic personality over perfection, and one good video to start pitching, and then making your first $500 to $1,000 in probably less than 30 days. That is the reality. You don't need to be perfect. Brands want authentic, not polished. All right, so this is the winner's mindset of how I went from 0 to $10,000 in 1 month after literally going through a breakup, having literally $8 in my bank account, and just coping every single day and drinking and whatnot, right? So step 1 is to shift your identity. You must already be or have your desired outcome. So during that whole entire time of wanting to make X amount, this and this and this, I had a goal of making $10,000 with UGC, and I had a goal of being flown out to San Francisco by that tech startup, right? And the thing is that I didn't pretend to chase that goal. I didn't act like, oh, this is the goal that I'm gonna have. I already had that goal. I already achieved it. And that's what you have to think. You have to trick your mind into thinking that you already achieved your desired outcome in your mind to then have it physically in reality. Step 1 is to visualize who you want to become, okay? Whether that be someone that makes 10K a month, 20K a month, 30K a month, you have to visualize who you want to become, and you have to reverse engineer their habits, their behaviors, their attitudes, literally everything. When I embodied that mindset of someone that was making 10K a month, I was thinking, okay, if I was someone that was making 10K a month, would I be waking up at 12 p.m. every single day? Fuck no. I'd be waking up at 7 a.m., 8 a.m., you know? What are their behaviors? What are their attitudes? Do they look at problems as challenges, or do they look at problems as opportunities for growth? You have to shift everything. And their behaviors. How do they act? Are they confident? Do they eat healthy? Do they exercise? Do they want to learn? And when you do that, you get resistance, okay? And what that means is basically your old identity, your old paradigm is gonna start fighting back with who you are trying to become because it feels uncertain. It doesn't know who you are. And it's trying to bring you back because you are in that gray zone, that unknown area, okay? So you have to reinforce it with actions to be able to fight the resistance. And what that means is that whenever your old identity is trying to bring you back, you have to fight it and say, this is who I am. I am this person now. So for example, if I didn't want to film today, right? If I didn't want to film today, I didn't want to make any UGC videos because my old habit is trying to pull me back into saying, oh, you don't need to do this. You don't need to do that. You've already had enough. You already did this, right? But my new habit, even though it is super uncomfortable and I don't want to do it, my new identity, I have to say and do, I have to film those UGC videos. I have to do the things that are uncomfortable in the moment to reinforce that I am who I say I am. It is basically like a fake it till you make it type of thing, except it's way deeper. And at the time, I actually didn't know about any of these things. I just had the fake it till you make it mentality, and it worked. And one thing I do want to say is that your mind can't differentiate between truth and imagination. So if your mind, if it truly believes and has full conviction that you are a 10K per month entrepreneur, and you reinforce that with actions, even though you have $0 in your bank account, exactly like how I was, or it won't be able to tell the difference between it being the truth or it being imagination, purely imagination. I want you to know that your mind is very, very powerful and you can trick it. You can literally trick your mind. And number 2 is to let go of the outcome. You have to let go of the outcome. And I didn't know this at the time, but it's probably the reason why I had my goal so fast. But I set a goal, but I didn't have a time limit on it. Okay. I wasn't saying to myself like, oh, like I need to get this goal. I need to hit this, right? Because when you already adopt that mindset or that identity that you are this person, you've already achieved these things, you do stop needing it. It's like when you have a crush on a girl and you really, really want her to be your girlfriend, right? But for some reason, she just doesn't budge. But the second you stop caring, you stop giving her attention, you stop talking to her, all of a sudden, she starts liking you. She starts wanting to talk to you, right? That's how it is. You need to stop needing the outcome and just let it do its thing. And the easiest way to letting go of the outcome is to adopt the identity and the mindset that you have already achieved your desired result. That's why you stop needing it, okay? And what you need to do instead is just focus on your daily inputs. You need to stop caring about whatever the result is. And if you focus on your daily inputs, you will reach your goal way faster than you could ever think. That is the law of attraction, is when you stop needing the outcome and you just keep focusing on the inputs and what you do every single day to where it leads you to your goal. I think I set a goal for making 10K and getting flown up to San Francisco, but then I didn't have a specific time limit on it. I didn't say, oh, do this in a month. I want to be able to do this and achieve these goals by the end of September, for example. Or I didn't set a time limit. I just focus on my daily inputs and this to make sure I get there faster. And when you stop needing that outcome and you just focus solely and purely on your inputs, time moves faster in your direction. And what that means is that you are able to get your goals faster. And also every entrepreneur and successful person says this, but you have to love the process. You have to. You can't just be dependent on the outcome and only like it because of the outcome, because of the results, because of what you get at the end of the tunnel, okay? You have to love it from the beginning all the way to the end. You have to love all the messy middle stuff. You have to love the process, okay? And that's how you let go of the outcome. Number 3 is that you must have unbreakable conviction in oneself. Okay, this is really important, and this is how you basically obtain your result in the fastest way possible. So you have to believe you are who you say you are, okay? And you cannot lie to yourself. And what that means is if you are saying, oh, I'm gonna wake up at 7 a.m. today, and then you don't wake up. You wake up, but you wake up at like 10 a.m. 3 hours later than what you're supposed to. You're basically breaking that trust within yourself. What I want you guys to understand is that when you say things to yourself, it is very, very powerful. Okay? When you say, I'm gonna do this, and then you don't do it, it means that you cannot trust your own word. It is programming your mind into thinking that, oh, like, I can't trust what he says, right? And that builds a pattern. But when you say, I will do, for example, I will create a UGC video, I will film a YouTube video and actually do it, that builds trust and reliability with yourself to where if you say something, you will actually do it and your mind doesn't have any doubts, okay? You must have unbreakable conviction. And 4 is to have high frequency. When you have high frequency, your results will come to you so fast, okay? I had my highest frequency ever in September, and all those results, I thought I was gonna get like 4 months down, 3 months down. They all came in less than a month. And that's what happens when you have high frequency. So what does that even mean, okay? So frequency is your perception, your projection, and what happens in reality, right? So your perception is what you believe about yourself and reality. So if you believe you are someone that is making 10K per month, right? That is what you believe about yourself. Therefore, it is your reality. And projection is the energy you emit from that perception, which is your actions, your habits, your behaviors, your attitudes. So if you believe you are a 10K per month person, entrepreneur, and you act a 10K per month person, you have the habits, the behaviors, and the mental attitudes of a 10K per month entrepreneur, what happens is that reality magnetizes toward that frequency. What that means is that all your results and all your desires will magnetize towards you in the frequency that you have. And all of these create your high frequency, okay? Your identity adaptation, letting go of the outcome, those all create high frequency. Your internal state creates your external circumstances. That is super important. I want you to know your internal state creates your external circumstances. Nothing you change in the physical world will change itself, okay? Because the physical world is called the effect. An effect can't change an effect. Only a cause can change an effect. And the cause is your mental and your spiritual. What goes on in your mind, what goes on in your body, that is what changes the physical world, okay? So if you ever want anything to achieve your desires, to achieve your outcomes, you must believe it about yourself, okay? And you must have and emit that energy from the perception that you have. This is a quote that I literally have written on a whiteboard down there, but once you alter your perception, you alter your projection, okay? And what that means is basically what we talked about. If you alter how you view the world, you alter how you act, your behaviors, how you behave. High frequency is about letting your actions and results catch up to your self-concept. And the higher the frequency that you have, and the more full of a conviction you have in yourself of who you are, who you say you are, the more likely and quicker the actions and results will catch up to your self-concept. This is a summary of basically everything, but to get your results, right? To get your dream outcome, to make 10K a month, right? You must have clarity. You must visualize your goal in specific detail, not just 10K a month, but how are you gonna hit 10K a month, right? You need to have belief, have full conviction in yourself. You must truly believe deep down that you are who you say you are, even though you have $0 in your bank account. That's fucking hard, okay? That is hard. So you must practice and practice and practice and back it up and reinforce it with actions. If you are a 10K per month person, you are not waking up at fucking 10 a.m., 12 p.m. every single day. You're waking up at 7 a.m. You're getting started on a day. You are working, okay? You don't have a scarcity mindset. You have a mind of abundance. You see opportunities and you see problems as challenges that you can overcome and grow from. And then 3, action. Align your actions with your goals, right? So if you're trying to make 10K per month with UGC, what would that person even look like, right? They would be scripting out their videos. They would be time blocking their days to be able to batch record videos, okay? They're always on task. planning ahead, you know, they're always on top of it, right? And then 4, I think the most important part, and that if you don't have this step, then I don't think anything will change. You won't be able to sustain anything. Otherwise, everything else is temporary. Openness, and that means you have to allow yourself to change, right? Because you will. And a lot of people think that, oh, like change is easy. Like why wouldn't I want to be a 10K per month entrepreneur, right? But when you go down this journey, you're gonna realize that it's really fucking hard. You can't be your old self anymore. You have to literally change. Like for me, I had to stop hanging out with some friends that weren't benefiting me. You know, I had to eat healthier. I had to go to the gym every single day. And I'm not saying that's the same thing for you, but it was what I had to do for me, right? I had to cut off a lot of people. I had to basically isolate myself to be able to get the outcome that I wanted, right? So that is one of the most important parts. And I really want you guys to look through everything I said. And if you don't understand anything that I said, I want you to look it up. It's honestly the only reason why I made 10K, why I have the mindset that I have now, and why I was able to do so many things, get a 6-figure job offer, run a marathon also. I did that in December in Hawaii. And then starting multiple businesses and side hustles as well. Like genuinely, I think I can do quite literally anything I set my mind to, and it's all because of this mindset hack. Okay, so this is super important, and if you paid attention to there, making your first 10K with UGC, it should be so fucking easy. So fucking easy. Okay, guys. So let's get into UGC now, but hopefully you guys learned a lot from that mindset video. Seriously, do not underestimate it. It's the most powerful tool ever. But this is making your first video with our Content Amplifier account warm-up guide. So your goal is to get your first UGC video completed and start building your portfolio as fast as possible while properly setting up your accounts for maximum reach. This is a speed run guide, okay? This is for people who want to make 10K as fast as possible. So you do have to sacrifice a lot of things. You have to move really fast, okay? Because making 10K, it's not impossible, but it's also not the norm, okay? It is rare. Okay? You have to be the top of the top. And to be the top of the top, honestly, one of the biggest advice is to adopt the mindset that I showed earlier. So number 1, create dedicated UGC accounts, of course. Create separate brand new accounts specifically for your UGC accounts or for UGC business. So one Instagram, one TikTok, obviously. And the most important part is that these must be completely separate from your personal accounts, and this keeps your UGC professional and helps with algorithm optimization. Everything that I'm going to be covering in this warm-up guide, so many people like miss out on it, because I've coached over 300 creators. I worked for startups and brands, and almost everyone misses it. This is probably the most crucial part, because this sets you up for success in the long run. And if you fuck it up, then it's gonna put like weeks or days into trying to get the algorithm to be on your side. Okay, so pay very close attention. It is very important you don't fuck this up. So obviously I made these are my dedicated UGC accounts. So obviously I have one for Instagram, Andre Yaps, and then TikTok, same thing, right? There's really nothing on there. It's just I have my own Instagram account, whatever. Yeah. Okay, so step 2 is account warm-up guide. So this is basically from days 1 to 7. I recommend warming up your account for at least 4 days from a brand new fresh account up to 7 days. Okay, so before posting or applying anything, you need to warm up your accounts to maximize the chances of your content being pushed out by the algorithm. So this is what I have all my students do, but it's this daily checklist for days 1 through 7. So scroll for 30 to 60 minutes. So watch UGC content, stay engaged. Also comment on 5 different videos, and it must be different videos each day, obviously. Otherwise you're gonna get flagged as a bot. And then like 15 plus posts each day. Don't spam, disperse throughout the day, obviously. And then follow 10 accounts, like 5 to 10 people per day. And don't spam all at once. You like 1 post, 2 posts, 3 posts, and then you comment on the 3rd post, right? And then you follow that account. And then you scroll. Don't just like everything that you see. Otherwise, you're just going to get flagged. Also, for this warm-up guide, what's super important to maximize the chances of your content being pushed up by the algorithm and also seeing other UGC videos is that you have to like viral videos that are already in the UGC niche or like tech UGC, and then also save videos. if you save videos, the algorithm is going to push out more videos similar to the video that you saved. So for example, like this video right here, 920,000 likes, right? And then 350,000 shares. So I saved that video, obviously. And it was a good UGC video. And then you see me commenting like random stuff like, yeah, nah, this is tough. Don't comment the same thing on every single post. Just don't. You're going to get flagged. And then obviously you see me. These are also some UGC accounts you can follow right here, just for inspiration. Obviously saving more videos. And then these are my saved like posts. Like literally all of these are UGC videos. It is the best way to optimize your account so you don't have to keep searching, because so many people make the mistake of not doing this in the warm up, and then they spend like hours every single day looking for UGC inspirations, right? When you could have just done this from the start and gotten it over with. Okay. So my students, my content amplifier students, they get a pre-made list of UGC creators to follow so they don't have to do any research, and everything is optimized from the start so you never have to go back and redo things. All right. And why this matters. So the warm-up period tells the algorithm you are a real engaged user, not a bot or a spam account. And this increases your chances of your future content being pushed out to more people, your profile appearing more legitimate to brands, and then better engagement on rates on your posts. And this is actually super heavy on TikTok as well. If you engage more with TikTok, if you spend more time on TikTok, it will actually push out your videos more to like the algorithm, to like to more people. It's messed up, it's weird, but yeah, you basically have to doom scroll on TikTok to get a bunch of views. So if you properly warmed up your account, it's gonna look like the top one. Your first 4 videos or 5 videos are gonna look like the top one, right? They are all breaking like past 1,000, 1,000, 2,000, 2,000, 15,000, 3,000, 2,000, right? This is what it looks like if your account is optimized. And honestly, it can be way better than this, right? But if your account isn't optimized, it's gonna look like the bottom ones right here, right? You have 257 views, 305 views. That means you need to warm up your account more and you messed up the process. And if you mess up the process, the good thing about it is that you can keep trying to make it better. You know, it doesn't like, you're not just flagged and it's over, and you're banned or whatever like that. You just need to keep engaging more with a platform. Like I said, follow this checklist of scrolling for 30 to 60 minutes, commenting on 5 different posts, like 15 plus posts, follow 10 accounts, save any videos that give you inspiration for UGC. Okay, so step 3 is to start applying. While you're warming up your accounts each day, start applying to platforms that don't require a portfolio yet. So your priority applications should be Home from College, and then next is Coley, and then next is SideShift. Okay. The strategy is basically that Home from College is your golden ticket because it increases your chances of actually getting hired and creating your first video without needing prior work examples, which is just a portfolio, right? So Home from College looks like this. You can just search up homefromcollege.com, whatever, and then you go into search gigs, and you'll see all of these deals and brands right here, and you can just click on any one of them and apply with my B card, right? Are you an active college student? So basically, you just answer a bunch of these questions, right? And it is very easy to get hired for your first gig. And what I recommend, if you want to speedrun this process, so instead of just answering these questions and just hoping that someone will read your very interesting answer to their question, what I advise you to do, or what I recommend you to do, is that you look at the, let's do this for example. Okay, so for example, let's do this one. You look at their page and then you search up on TikTok or Instagram about like the campaigns that they have. Usually you want to find one that's like sort of popular, not anything physical, unless you can find it in stores to where they don't need to send it to you. But honestly, like a software as a service, for example, let's do a social media creator for Turbo AI. And basically Turbo AI is super popular. What I would do if I wanted to get a guaranteed 90% acceptance deal, right? I would search up on TikTok, Turbo AI videos, right? And I would copy their videos and I would literally make a demo video for them to be able to send it to them, okay? So what I do is I would type my answer, right? I would say, hey, I've been doing UGC for, say you've been doing UGC for like a month or 2, right? Hey, I've been doing UGC for this and this and this. I really like your guys' product. I'm in this niche and I'm very good at X, Y, and Z, right? And I think that would be a good fit for your campaign, right? And then here is a link to a video I've done, right? And basically you upload it to a Google Drive and then you send that video, and it's not just like everyone else because you actually sent a demo review, right? You sent a demo video to what that could look like if you were part of their team, right? And it's just some boring text. And it's so much better to send a visual example rather than just like typing an answer and then hoping they're going to see your application, right? So that is what I would recommend you guys to do. Super easy process. This is now making your first video, right? You've warmed up your account, you're now ready. What do you do? What do you not do, right? So step one is to copy viral videos. I cannot emphasize this enough. Copy viral videos. The key is to copy videos that are already working, and you need to copy it to a T. You don't need to reinvent the wheel. And so many people want to be creative and do this and this and that. You just need to copy videos that are already working, okay? Your job is to get paid. Your job is not to be an artist, all right? And step two is to have good lighting and your script ready. Face a window or have a light set up on your face. Have your head centered and have your script ready. Simple, right? And recording with your personality. So use the phone to record yourself and add your own personality and emotions into the script that you are reading, all right? And then simple edits. You don't need to use some fancy editing software like Premiere Pro or like just use CapCut, all right? All you need to do is add a headline, captions, and cut the dead space and probably add a song. And then a little tip is that CapCut Premium has auto captions plus it has a moving script. So what I do is I would just set up my phone. I would literally just set up my phone, I don't know, like somewhere. I usually use this, but I would set up my phone, right? And I would literally just read the script on here so it looks like I'm actually talking naturally to the camera. And then I would just have auto captions because it takes so long to add captions manually. I just put auto captions and then I set a headline and then probably a sound in the background, right? Telling you, it is the best investment ever. I think it's like $10 to $20 and it just saves you so much time. It probably saves me 2 hours at least. But so copy viral videos. Don't reinvent the wheel, and the strategy is to copy videos that are already working to a T. So how do you even find videos to copy, right? So if you followed the warm-up guide, this is why I'm saying to pay very close attention because this is the most crucial part. Your feed should already be showing you UGC creators and viral videos. And these are videos that are proven to work because they're getting views and converting. I'll show you guys my Instagram. See, like, oh, this is terrible. It's not going to focus. Okay. They all give me inspiration for UGC videos. So what to copy? So you need to copy all of these. Is a script, word for word. It's most important. You need to copy word for word. The lighting, you need to match the setup. Okay. So if they're recording and it looks like a room, you can't be, or like a bedroom, you can't be like here in like a desk setup with like a gaming chair and the fucking whiteboard in the background and a mic. You know, it looks too professional, right? And the emotions, you have to match the energy and delivery. So if the person you're copying is very like chill, mellow, you can't be going out here and like talking like this and this and that, you know? You just have to literally copy everything, okay? And also you need to copy the pacing. How fast or slow do they talk? And the framing, how they position themselves in the frame. Are they in the middle? Are they on the side? Do they have their face in the camera like this? Or are they back here, right? So you need to copy viral videos to a T. Trust me, this is the easiest thing ever and the easiest way to get paid as fast as possible, but so many people just mess it up, okay? So this is one of the examples. So I copied this video. Literally this video I'll show you. It has 3.3 million views, and I copied that exact video and it got me 608,000 views. 5 fingers. Right? So that was the video, and I literally copied that video exactly to a T. But I was promoting a different product, so it wasn't exactly the same, but... Right? So, basically, you guys do not need to reinvent the wheel whatsoever. Just copy videos that are already working. Why would you waste time and waste so much stress trying to create your own viral video when you can just copy someone else's and then get paid for it? It doesn't make sense, okay? And this video paid me 1.5K, okay? $1,500 for copying a video. That took me 30 seconds to make. Probably 30 minutes max with editing and everything else, right? This is another example. Copy this video, 10.9 million views, right? And it got me 500,000. You know how much this video paid me? $1,000, okay? So Stop trying to reinvent the wheel and just copy other videos. So, pro tip to look for your videos with, so always have videos that have 100K plus views in your niche. High engagement, obviously, comment, shares, and saves, because it means that other people are actually interacting with it. And then simple setups you can replicate. Don't save a video that you can't even fucking do. That doesn't make sense. It's no use to you. Don't copy a video you can't even do or replicate, because obviously it's no use to you. Copy videos that have similar products or brands to what you want to work with. Okay. And then my CA students get an SOP to automatically extract the script from any video, so they don't have to manually transcribe it like line by line. And we have a system that does that automatically for you. So just heads up for all my students, you guys have an SOP to do that. So for example, these are all the videos I have saved, okay? They're all videos that have over 100,000 views, okay? 6.3 million, 10 million, 2.4 million, 5.2 million, 2 million, 2 million, 3 million, 4 million. You get the point. And they are like super easy to replicate, right? Like this guy literally just has a pen and paper and he's in his bedroom, right? And then he has the text in the front. It is a simple setup, okay? This guy has an iPad or a laptop, right? And he's just playing satisfying videos or whatever. It is easily replicatable. Number 2 is to have good lighting and your script ready, right? Set yourself up for success. So your lighting setup should face a window during daytime because it is just free natural light, or use a ring light or a lamp pointed at your face, right? Make sure your face is evenly lit, no harsh shadows, but that's honestly like not too big of a deal, but light should be in front of you, not behind you, right? And your camera setup. So your head should be centered in the frame, your camera at eye level, not looking up or down at you, and then have a clean background, nothing distracting, right? And honestly, these are just some simple tips, but if the video that you're trying to copy is obviously doing something else, copy that video, right? These are just some simple tips to do. Okay, so script preparation. So the game changer is to get CapCut Premium. I put $7.99, but I'm pretty sure it's like $19.99 now. Basically, the moving script hack that not many UGC creators talk about this, but you write or paste your script into Google Doc, you copy the script, you open CapCut Premium, use the teleprompter, which is the moving script I was talking about earlier, where you paste it in, you paste your script in, and then it moves down for you, so your eye is focused on one thing and the script is moving. All right. So the result is that it looks like you're naturally talking to the camera, but you're actually reading the script. This saves you from memorizing and makes you look way more professional. My CA students get video tutorials showing you exactly what good lighting looks like and how to set up the shot and how to use CapCut teleprompter feature. Okay. So number 3 is recording with your personality. Okay. Make it yours. And also just an equipment checklist is that you need a phone, tripod, but it's optional. External mic, also optional. You don't need this. And a silent room. That is probably really important. This is really important, is that you need a silent room, okay? You don't want a bunch of random background noises, people talking, your dog barking, a baby crying in the background while you're recording a video, okay? So all you need is a phone and a silent room. So the key to standing out is to copy the script, but add your own personality, your own emotions, inflections, and facial expressions, right? So when I was copying those videos, yes, I copied it, but I wasn't copying exactly what they were doing, right? Let your natural energy show, okay? Match the vibe, but make it authentic to you. And then emphasize certain words in your own way and react genuinely. So this matters because brands want to see that you are different. They need someone who can deliver a proven script, but with their own unique personality. This is how you stand out from the hundreds of other creators using the same script. So recording tips, do 3 to 5 takes minimum. And once you get good at it, it'll probably only take you 1 take. Watch your energy. Most people start too low, okay? And smile with your eyes, even if the content is serious. And don't be afraid to exaggerate emotions slightly on camera. And if you mess up, just start the section again. So my CA students get an advantage of that. We have video examples showing you how to add personality, what good versus bad delivery looks like, and how to inject emotion into your recordings. Okay, so number 4, simple edits. Keep it clean and converting, right? Honestly, I recommend CapCut for everything. That's it. You don't need fancy software. You can even use like Instagram edits or TikTok to edit, right? So the essential edits that you need is captions, make videos accessible and increases watch time to retain attention, and then add headline text. It's just the hook text at the beginning so people stop and don't scroll. Cut the dead space, super important. It removes the pauses, the ums, and the mistakes, and also just keeps the video flowing smoothly. And then keep pacing tight. No long pauses, okay? Because people have like the attention span of like a fucking sloth. What you don't need starting out, okay? You don't need complex transitions. You don't need fancy effects. You don't need multiple camera angles. You don't need professional color grading or custom graphics, right? And then also just another, I think I've said this about 3 times now, but get CapCut Premium. It's literally a lifesaver, okay? Auto caption save 20 to 30 minutes per video. You have the moving strip teleprompter, and you can record like a pro. And you can get templates to speed up your editing. I don't personally use templates, but and the ROI is fucking huge. You'll make this back with your first brand deal, and the time saved is worth way more than $20 a month, okay? Trust me, get CapCut Premium. It is probably the best investment you can make as a UGC creator. Even better than mics, tripods, lighting. And remember, this simple framework is enough to make you your first $10,000. Yes, higher quality brands might require fancier edits later, but you can land consistent $500 to $2,000 per month gigs with just these basics. I just had a phone and a laptop when I first started. That's how I made my first 10K. Maybe I had a tripod, but I didn't have a mic. So the CA Student Advantage is that we provide step-by-step video tutorials on exactly what edits to make, how to use CapCut efficiently, caption styles that convert, and how to cut dead space without making it choppy. All right. So this is just a quick reference checklist. Before you start recording, you need to have found a viral video to copy, extracted the script, okay? You need good lighting, camera at eye level or head centered or whatever the video copy is, clean background, a silent room, script ready, and CapCut teleprompter if you got CapCut. Otherwise, you just have to memorize the script, and phone fully charged. That's also another one, because I've had times where my phone was at like 1%, and then I had to stop recording and charge my phone, and that just like ruins your momentum. So while you're recording, add your own personality and emotions. Do 3 to 5 takes minimum if you're not an expert already. Match the energy of the original, and deliver the script naturally even though you are reading. And when you're done with that and you're now finished, and all you need to do is editing, cut all the dead space, add captions, auto captions if you have CapCut Premium, add the headline/hook text, super important. Keep it simple. Don't over edit, okay? A lot of people over edit. Trust me, you just need to push it out, okay? Watch it back, and does it flow naturally? And if you check all of these and everything is good, you have posted your first video, so good job. If you're asking like, oh, this is all I need, like, it's pretty simple. Yes, this framework is intentionally simple. Like, you don't need anything else. The reason why is because it works, okay? Creators are making their first thousands of dollars using exactly these steps. Nothing more, nothing less. And will you eventually need to level up your skills for premium brands? Sure, but that's a problem for when you're already making money, right? And right now, your only job is to create 1 to 5 good videos using this framework. So remember, your first video won't be perfect, and that is okay. You need to not have perfectionism. Your goal isn't perfection, it is completion, all right? So get this first one done, learn from it, and keep improving. Every successful UGC creator started with a messy first video, and the difference is that they finished it anyway, and they kept improving and stayed consistent. So making your first video, portfolio framework. So after you create your first video, you now have to make your portfolio. Trust me, this is the speedrun video. Literally right after you make your first video for a brand, you instantly make a portfolio, right? And put that video that you made for that brand, even though if they haven't even accepted you yet, you put that video on your portfolio, right? So the one video rule is that you only need one video to start your portfolio, literally. And here's how to leverage it. So you complete your first video from home, from college, or any other platform. You add it to your portfolio, because now you can say that you worked with that brand even though they haven't technically accepted you yet into their program. And you can create 4 more practice videos for different brands even if you haven't worked with them yet, right? And then you need to build a 5 video portfolio using this method. And a pro tip is that once you have 5 videos with 5 different brands in your portfolio, you have a very strong starting foundation. Brands care about variety and quality, not whether you were officially hired for every single video yet. And what your portfolio should include is that you need 5 different videos, 5 different brands, styles or niches, and high quality professional content. And what I mean by that is this, it's good enough, right? It doesn't mean like professional as in like with a camera, like lighting and everything like that, right? And diverse content types, testimonials, product demos, lifestyle, etc. This is not as important when you're starting out, but it is good to have diverse content types, but don't fixate on it too much. So this is what my portfolio looked like. And fun fact, I actually don't even have a portfolio. I literally just made this for this video. I never had a portfolio my whole entire time. I still don't have one. I literally just have one in the drafts. This is what I look like. These are the brands that I've worked with or have been accepted by. I never had a portfolio and I was accepted by all these brands and was able to make 10K per month. Trust me, it is not that important. What's most important is your skill in being able to create viral videos that convert. I never had a portfolio. Everyone talks about, oh, you need a portfolio, this and this and this. You just need to be good at what you do. And I'm fucking good at what I do. So this is what my portfolio looks like. And then this is also content stuff. This is literally super simple, right? This is all I've done. This is a great portfolio. Super simple, right? Lifestyle. For my personal brand, UGC, the views I get. They click on the link and it takes them to the video. So step 5 is to scale your applications. So now that you have a portfolio, you can apply to SideShift with your portfolio. Because usually you need a portfolio to apply to SideShift. And then now you can email pitch to brands directly. This is really important because it is way easier now with proof of work. Then you can apply to more UGC platforms with confidence and respond to casting calls with actual examples. So I just want to say this, my CA students skip the grind. If you're a content amplifier student, you don't have to wait or apply to dozens of platforms because once you have your portfolio ready, you get immediate access to $500 to $2,000 per month retainer opportunities available right away in my program just because I'm connected in the startup space and I know a lot of people. So people are always looking for UGC creators and I have a bunch of friends in that space. I have tech startup brand connections. I worked in the San Francisco startup space and I have direct connections to founders who need UGC. I have community exclusive opportunities when brands in my network need UGC creators. CA students get first access before anyone else. And this means you can land consistent, high-paying monthly work without grinding through hundreds of applications on platforms where you're competing with thousands or hundreds of thousands of other creators. Just want to put that out there. And this is the repeatable cycle that you guys should do is 1, get accepted to one platform. And that's either Home from College, SideShift, etc. Create your first video, super important. Get it done as fast as possible. You can literally do this all in 7 days. I promise. Build a 5-video portfolio, okay? Apply everywhere else, land more gigs, and keep improving your portfolio, repeat, and scale. You don't even need a viral video at the start to get other brand deals, okay? You just need to make your first video. So it is super, super simple. This is cold outreach and pitching. So this is the email framework that I use. Your pitch needs to be simple and scannable because brands receive 100 plus like pitches daily. Here's what works. So your subject line should be UGC creator for whatever the brand name is and a specific product, or if they have like a challenge or like whatever for their brand, right? And then personalization is 1 sentence max. Trust me, more sentences isn't gonna get you to be more likable for them to actually hire you as a creator. Okay, 1 sentence about why you genuinely like the brand, and then you add your stats or credibility. So if you're new, link your example video instead. But if you have a portfolio, link your portfolio, right? Call to action, reply yes, and I'll send you video ideas, right? Or just like reply and we can book a call, etc. That's it, 3 to 4 sentences total. Anything longer won't be read. So this is one of the only cold outreaches I've ever had. I literally never cold outreach brands. Most brands come to me, or if I just apply, they immediately accept it. But this one, there was too many applicants in their pool, so I had to personally message them, right? So, hi Pablo, I'm a UGC creator focused on tech and lifestyle products, and I'd love to collaborate with your team on authentic, high-performing content. I heard that you were planning on growing the UGC program, and I could definitely help with that. Super simple, 2 sentences, right? 1 sentence about who I am, and then 1 sentence about what I can do. And then I tell them my portfolio. Like I said, I was not lying. I didn't have a portfolio before, right? So I just gave them like a list. I didn't have a video portfolio or like a website. I gave them my portfolio and then my LinkedIn to show proof that I worked full time on site as a marketing director, right? And then I said, would you be open to a quick call this week to discuss how I can support Aqua's content needs? Thanks. And then he says, great. Do you have time for a call this week or the next? Here's my calendar attached, right? Done. Super fucking simple. It's that easy. Volume over perfection. The biggest mistake beginners make is spending 30 minutes perfecting each pitch, then sending 5 to 10 total. And the typical approach is that you spend 20 to 30 minutes per pitch and you send 5 to 10 pitches and wonder why you get no responses. But what actually works is you send 50 pitches fast. Okay, you keep the template consistent and you just change the brand name. You send 10 to 15 per hour and track what converts, right? Industry standards that you send 50 pitches and you get 1 deal, but my CA students send 15 to 25 pitches and they get 1 deal, or 2 deals, or 3 deals. And the difference is that we give you pre-vetted emails, copy and paste templates, and group accountability. And those are for my CA students. And the credibility progression. So your pitching strategy needs to change based on where you are, right? So if you're at stage 1 and you're at 0 credibility right now, you need volume because each pitch has low odds. So you have to send a lot and expect low response rates. And this is normal. But if you're at stage 2 where you have 1 or 2 deals done, now you have proof of work and your next pitches convert at a higher rate. And if you're at stage 3 with multiple deals, you can be selective, right? You can send fewer pitch to better fit brands, and you can focus on quality over quantity to scale to 10K to 15K to 20K per month, right? But your job right now, if you are brand new, is to purely focus on volume with consistency. You just need to send pitches. Don't overthink it. So these are what my CA students get. They get pre-built email templates. They get pre-vetted brand email lists, so no wasted pitches. They don't have to search for brands. We have group calls where we workshop your pitches live, and we have an accountability system to keep you sending daily and track your pitch to deal ratio in real time. So the number one competitive advantage is that most applicants submit text only. And what you do is that you include your best example video in your application, and you're now in the top 1% of clients. Brands want to see you in action. They don't care if they just read about you. It's fucking boring. So this works because 95% of applicants are lazy. Trust me, they are so lazy. They write generic cover letters. You're showing the exact value you bring, and it's a massive competitive advantage. Your first platform application with a video usually lands a deal. Trust me, you usually land a deal. So this is what CA students get again. We literally workshop your platform applications together on group calls. We submit your draft, get feedback from me and other members immediately. We see real examples of winning applications. You have pre-vetted lists of which platforms are paying best right now, which is always updating week by week. And this saves you 2 to 3 weeks of trial and error. Your first deal, don't negotiate, okay? Accept whatever offer they have. Trust me, because landing one successful deal is worth 10 times more than haggling for $10 extra. It's just not worth it, right? You need the portfolio, the testimonial, and proof that it works. So once you have 1 or 2 deals, then you can negotiate, right? So this is how to increase your rates. These are the leverages, which is proven performance, consistently tracked record, and have other options, right? Proven performance, right? So if your videos are getting 1 to 2K, you can't really, consistently getting 1 to 2K, you can't ask for more rates, right? Why? Because it's normal. It's standard, right? But if you get 5 to 10K views on average on your videos, and that's what I get because I followed the warm-up guide. Trust me, if you follow the warm-up guide and just copy videos, it literally pushes out your videos more. I think my account is buffed or something, all right? What you can do is you can say that my videos consistently hit 5 to 10K views. I'd ask for X number of dollars for this project, and you can expect an increase of $5 to $10 per video just because you consistently get 5 to 10K views. And then the consistently track record, which is multiple brands on time delivery. So what you can say is that I currently run retainers for X, Y, and Z brands. My minimum is $50 per video, for example. You can do $50 per video minimum. This is when you've already worked with multiple brands or are currently working with 2 to 3 brands at the time, right? And then this is have other options. If you have multiple offers or retainers already, you can say, I have another retainer asking $30 per video. What is your budget, right? And if they have a higher budget, then you can increase it to $40 per video, $70 per video. I would honestly go up and then see how low that they can go. Trust me, these brands are going to try and play cheap, but they have a lot more money to spend, okay? This is a pro move, and I suggest everyone to do this if you already have experience with UGC. You basically flip the script. So a beginner question will be how much will you pay, right, for a certain project? But a pro question is, what is your budget for this project? And the reason why you ask that is that if they say $800, for example, your budget for the project is $800 a week to spend on one creator, right? Usually they have they spend $20K per month. Then you can ask for hey, $300 per video, or can we do $500 this week? When you ask for their budget, then you can work around it, right? Instead of you not knowing, okay? So most brands have way more budget than you'd guess, and by asking first, you let them reveal their ceiling. Then you negotiate from there. So the exact script that I would use is, I'd love to work on this. What's your budget range for the project, right? And then they open up. Boom. Okay, so this is the pricing timeline of what you can expect. Honestly, this is super slow. If you just put and invest all your time into UGC, you can honestly get this in 3 months. Months 1 to 3 is just building credibility. $20 to $30 per video. You're establishing proof of work, not maximizing income. Honestly, you can increase to $30 to $50 per video after your first month, but months 4 to 6, you have proof, you have testimonials and consistent results, ask for more. Month 6, you're established, $50 plus minimum for retainers, $500 for one-offs. You only work with brands at your rate. Honestly, you can get all this by like month 3. So the key insight is that the jump happens through consistency and proven results. Once brands know you can deliver quality work on time, then they pay more to keep you. So the mindset I want you guys to have is that the brands need you, you don't need them, right? And this goes back to the whole entire mindset thing. So now you have everything you need. The framework is simple. You send pitches, you apply with a video, you land deals, you raise rates, and you repeat. The execution is what separates winners. So now we're going to go on scaling to 10K per month, and there are 2 paths. So in CA, scaling to 10K per month, our goal is to reach 10K monthly revenue in 2 to 3 months instead of 6. There are 2 paths to get there. One is significantly faster because you attract inbound offers instead of chasing brands. And what inbound offers are is basically people DM you and you don't have to send outreaches, right? It is the opposite. Path A is keep pitching and scaling through volume. You just need to send more pitches, land more deals. For example, $50 per video times 200 videos per month is 10K, right? That's a lot. And the timeline is usually 3 to 6 months, and you have to do continuous cold outreach. Yes, it works, but it's slower and you spend more time on it. Path B is personal branding. You post content documenting your journey. Brands DM you with offers, and the timeline is 2 to 3 months, which is faster, right? And then inbound offers, you get inbound offers at higher rates, and you stop chasing and start attracting instead. This is what I have done. I have a personal brand, right? And I document all my journey. Even though I have 1,000 followers, I've gotten so many inbound offers. And this is literally just me documenting my journey of like either going to San Francisco or me running a marathon. And the thing is that these videos don't even get crazy amounts of views. It is just super simple. I'm just documenting my journey. I'm literally just showing like who I am as a person. And that is why I'm able to attract brands, because they see my personality and they see how I act. So the reason why Path B gets you there faster is because brands see that you're actually creating UGC and not just claiming to it. They trust you more. You get inbound offers at higher rates with less effort. And most CA members who focus on personal brand reach 10K per month, 1 to 2 months faster. So this is the personal brand strategy, and it's to post 1 to 2 videos daily. Your content mix should include lifestyle content to just show your life building this business, all right? Whatever it is, morning routine, workspace, celebrating wins, people by people. And then educational content. Teach what you're learning. Okay, for my personal brand, I actually didn't have any UGC. I was doing mostly storytelling. But if you have a UGC account and say, here's how I script UGC videos, or this is my pitch template, it builds authority. And then top of the funnel, right? Hook-driven content, questions, curiosity, entertainment. Basically any videos that gets a lot of views. And then bottom of the funnel, conversion content, your actual UGC videos, proof of work, right? If you're making UGC videos for a brand, for example, like Nike or Adidas, whatever, post that on your Instagram, and then other brands are going to be able to see, and then you will be able to get inbound offers from it. And the golden rule is to document your journey. Don't just display products, okay? Brands don't want polished UGC videos on your page. They want to see you building this business, X, Y, and Z, the behind the scenes, the personality, the messy middle. So example posts that work is, these are just examples, but just landed my 5th brand deal this month. Here's how. This UGC script is converting at 8% on ads. Here's why. I'm 19 and making 10K per month with this system. Biggest mistake I made with my first pitch, right? My complete personal brand strategy for UGC creators. You are just documenting the journey. I want to emphasize more on that. This is me literally documenting my journey, right? I was flown out to San Francisco. I documented that whole entire journey before I got on the plane, hopped on the plane, got off the plane, marathon training from when I first started training for my marathon to when I ran my marathon, right? So the reason why it is so important to document your journey is because it shows more of who you are, not just as a UGC creator, but as a person with a personality, right? And the results you get are a bunch of inbounds, right? So these are just like some DMs that I get. Like I got reached out by Turbo AI, which is super popular, by Dex, by Cluely, Steady Fetch, which is also up there, Studly, I got an offer from them as well as a full-time marketing position. So many other things, right? These are the results you get if you have a personal brand. Trust me, it is the best thing that you can do if you want to increase your chances 10K per month and speed up the process. Okay, so this is a CA Student Advantage. Model 5 teaches exact content pillars for your niche. In group calls, we review your personal brand strategy. We do analytics review to see what's actually resonating with your audience and see what other members' pages look like at 100, 500, 1,000 plus followers, and then tailor a strategy for your specific niche. So number 3 is portfolio setup, and this is basically when a brand clicks on your portfolio link. Portfolio setup is in your actual website portfolio and then your Instagram bio. So when a brand clicks your portfolio link, they're looking for one thing. Can this person make videos that convert, right? Everything else is secondary. So a brand seeing the first 5 seconds is your name. That is clear and easy to spell. Your niche, your title, whatever. Gen Z creator, AI niche, UGC specialist, and whatnot. Your contact info, your 3 to 5 best videos, and then your call to action, right? So this was my Instagram, right? UGC creator, tech lifestyle product, work with me, and then my email. That's it. That is literally it. Okay, it is so simple. This is my landing page for my Canvas portfolio. Andre Billy, high converting UGC, Gen Z creator, connect with me. I don't have my email in there, but the reason why is because if they have this, if they're looking at this, it's probably because I sent them an outreach. So they have my Instagram, my Twitter, TikTok, everything, right? It is that simple. You don't need to overcomplicate things. Look how simple this is, all right? And if you guys want this free portfolio template, it's going to be linked in the description. This is what not to do. Don't write long bios. Don't use fancy designs that slows loading. Don't bury your contact info. Don't include weak videos, and don't make brands hunt for your videos. So small tweaks lead to big results. Most CA members see 30 to 40% more pitch acceptance rate after portfolio review. All right. CA Student Advantage again, Module 3 includes the exact portfolio template. See what top performing portfolios actually look like, get specific feedback on layout and content placement, and before and after examples of portfolio improvements. So part 4 is the script framework. Most converting UGC videos follow the same basic structure. Learn this and you can script for any brand. And I'm also going to make a separate video on this just because this is more in depth, and then this video would be like 3 hours long. Don't worry, I'm going to make a 4-hour video next time on literally going super in depth on how to actually copy scripts and all of that. But this is just the general, but I'm going to make a separate video on this. So the hook, right? Ask a question that creates curiosity. What'd you get on this project? Or you ever feel like you're missing something? Those are curiosity questions. There was this viral format on Instagram and Turbo AI was using it, and it was like, what is your GPA? Like, what's your GPA? What's your GPA? And it sparks curiosity, and that format probably got like 1 billion views. So the 5 hook patterns you need to know is the curiosity hook. What if I told you? Or nobody talks about this, creates intrigue. It works for educational content. And the problem solution hook. Open with a relatable problem. I used to waste 30 minutes every morning. Then show the solution, right? And the comparison hook. Everyone uses X, but Y is so much better because, which is a direct comparison, and it builds credibility. And the story hook. Lead with a personal story or moment, then tie the product to the story. I was 6 years old when the question hook. Direct question to the viewer. Ever wish you could force them to think about their own problem? There's a video that I did with a curiosity hook. It was engaging and stimulating, and it was relatable because it was about college acceptances and students, right? Like 11.2K views. It was basically saying, and the hook was, is it possible to get rejected from a school with a 100% acceptance rate, right? I asked a question, is it possible, right? And then a school with a 100% acceptance rate, right? It sparks intrigue. And this is another curiosity hook for my personal brand, but it says, I don't want to sound arrogant, but, right? And the audience is now interested because they're like, what do you mean you don't want to sound arrogant? What does that even mean, right? And then paired with good storytelling, it got me around 50K views on my personal brand, right? Why this pattern works. Okay, your job isn't to make the brand look good. Your job is to make the viewer feel some type of way and see the product solving a problem, right? And then my CA Student Advantage. Module 4 teaches all 5 hook patterns in detail. We have real examples of each pattern breaking down trending videos. In group calls, we identify which pattern each trending UGC video is using. You learn how to spot patterns so fast that scripting becomes second nature. Template scripts for each pattern you can adapt to any brand. And this is what separates members landing consistent deals from creators still struggling. And then also we have 200 plus proven hook templates. Super helpful. And then all 3 elements work together. your personal brand, your portfolio, your script framework, 10K a month. It sounds easy because it is simple. It is very, very simple, but you need to understand that you have to have the mindset, right? You need to have the mindset to actually be able to do this, and you need to be able to put daily inputs every single day and be willing to put in the work. But your personal brand attracts brands. They see your portfolio, your script frameworks makes videos that convert you at 10K a month in 2 to 3 months instead of 6. Obviously, there's a lot more detail that goes into this, like how to actually make viral videos in the first place, but you just need a copy. I'm gonna make a video on how to copy a viral video soon, but Path B isn't just faster, it's a sustainable way to build a real UGC business. That way you don't have to keep cold outreaching brands and they just come to you instead. So this is the $0 to $10,000 UGC speedrun, completion, and summary, all right? This is my CA scaling to 10K per month documents. Everything you need to turn UGC into a consistent income from creating your first video to landing your premium clients. So this is what you learn. You learn video creation, copy viral formats, add your personality, edit simply with CapCut, and that's all you need to get your first clients. Remember, copy viral formats, right? And then finding brands. There are 3 ways, which is either cold pitching, freelance platforms, or building a personal brand. Pick one, send pitches, that's it, okay? Keep it simple. And then getting paid your first deal, take what they offer, please. Okay, you need to build credibility, then raise rates based on performance and results. And then scaling fast, personal brand attracts inbounds. And a portfolio proves you can deliver. And then the script framework makes videos convert. Okay, so they all work hand in hand. So this is the timeline of going solo, which means without accountability. Month 1, you make 5 to 8 videos, send 50 plus pitches, and 0 to 1 deals, which is normal, okay? Most people get 0 deals in their first month. Months 2 to 3, they get 1 to 3 deals coming in, building their portfolio pieces, 500 to 2K per month, right? They're on that track. And credibility is starting to build, more people responding to your pitches, and they're getting feedback that helps. Right? And then month 4 to 6, they get 3 to 5 active deals, better rates negotiated, and they're probably doing 3K to 7K per month, and now you have real proof and brands trust you more. You can be selective about which opportunities you take. And then months 6 to 12, you get multiple high-paying retainers, can be selective with clients, and you're probably making 10K per month. You're an established creator, you only work with premium brands, and now you have a consistent and reliable revenue stream, right? So basically total 6 to 12 months to hit 10K per month, right? And this is the timeline with Content Amplifier, which is obviously accelerated. So month 1, in weeks 1 to 2, you learn the framework and make way more than 3 videos and start pitching. Week 3 to 4, you land your first deal. You have group accountability, which makes this a lot faster. Income is not 1,000 to 300 from first deal. It is, since we have higher paying retainers, it's like 1,000 to 2,000. Month 2, you have 2 to 3 deals, active personal brand starting. Group calls keep you accountable. Your income in your second month, probably 3 to 4K if you're putting in the work. Real-time feedback from me in the community, and you're just adjusting based on what's working. Month 3, you have 4 to 5 deals active. Personal brand is growing, getting inbound inquiries. Income 3K to 5K per month. Your income at month 3, it's probably 5 to 7K per month. And then shifting from outbound pitching to inbound, which is brands for finding you. This changes everything. And then months 4 to 6, you have 3 to 5 premium clients. Your personal brand is a lead magnet, and you have less pitching to do, more inbounds, and your income is you're probably at like 8 to 12K per month. Your system is built, you're not grinding anymore, and your brands know your quality, and that's why they come to you. So the difference between someone who's doing it solo and figuring it out for themselves and someone who is in our Content Amplifier program is that 1, accountability. We have 2 to 3 group calls per week. We have pre-built templates, we have email templates, portfolio templates, script frameworks, no reinventing. We have so many SOPs. We have real-time feedback, so portfolio review, video feedback, pitch feedback, which saves weeks of trial and error. And then we have community validation to know that you are not alone. Other creators are doing exactly what you are doing. And obviously one-to-one support from me. If you get stuck, we can personalize your strategy. We can do a warm-up call. And you have a whole entire course, probably like 5 hours long, to make sure you know what you are doing. And to recap, there are 2 paths to 10K per month. Path A, which is that you keep pitching, you send more pitches, etc. And path B is building a personal Brand, okay? Post content documenting your journey. Brand CM you with offers, timeline 2 to 3 months faster. Whatever path B is faster. Because brands see your personal brand, they see proof that you're actually creating UGC, and they trust you more. You get inbound offers, and because they came to you, they're willing to pay more. And then 10 tiny details that actually matter. This is super important. Lighting is everything. Just face a window, no special equipment needed. Copy format first. Add personality second, okay? Brands literally encourage copying viral formats. Please, guys, it is so important. It's literally, you can make your first thousands of dollars just copying other videos. Dead space in video kills views. Edit it out. Keep pacing tight. Remember, these people want dopamine. Cut the dead space. Captions are crucial. They increase watch time and accessibility. Make sure to add them. And you don't need a huge portfolio to start. One video is enough to begin pitching. Brands don't want perfection. They want authentic creators who can go viral and convert videos. Volume beats quality in the beginning, okay? Send lots of pitches. Don't obsess over each one. Your personality is your differentiator. Everyone can copy a format. Not everyone executes with authenticity. And then the move is to start today. Not tomorrow. Not next week. Today. All right. And then portfolio setup. This is what brands see in 5 seconds. When a brand clicks your portfolio, they're looking for one thing. All right. Can this person make videos that convert? Everything else is secondary. So obviously your name, your niche and title, your contact info, your 3 to 5 best videos, call to action, and the impact of a portfolio is that small tweaks lead to big results. And the script framework, 5 hook patterns that work: curiosity hook, the problem solution hook, the comparison hook, the story hook, and the question hook. And this works because your job isn't to make the brand look good. Your job is to make the viewer feel something and see the product solving a problem. These patterns do both. The personal branding strategy, the content mix, right? So you want to have a mix of lifestyle, educational, top of the funnel content, bottom of the funnel content. The golden rule is to document your journey and don't just display products. Brands don't want polished UGC videos on your page. They want to see you building this business, the behind the scenes, the personality, and of course the messy middle. And here's the truth. Knowing the framework is not the same thing as executing the framework. The people making 10K per month don't just watch videos or read guides, they execute today. All right, they record their first video today, they send pitches today. That's the difference between winners and everyone else. All right, it is super, super simple. All you need to do is apply at home from college, make a demo tutorial, okay, send them that tutorial, send them that pitch, add that to your portfolio, pitch again, rinse and repeat. And if you guys want to level up your UGC game and want to make 10K as fast as possible, I'm opening spots into my Content Amplifier program. It has all the resources you could probably need to be able to succeed in UGC. But the thing is that the program doesn't make you money. You make yourself money. It just removes all the guesswork and keeps you locked in and accountable to make sure you are headed towards your goals. So I'm going to show you guys exactly what is in CA. So inside CA, we have 10 modules, which is obviously the welcome module. We have intro to UGC, we have mindset, we have UGC mastery, we have personal branding, we have content hacks, we have brand research, obviously to know exactly what you're pitching to. We have cold email and outreach, we have deals and fulfillment and scaling systems. You can pause this video, look at what these have, but each segment has about 5 to 10 videos. Obviously these are all in depth, more in depth than the video that I have today, but I'm gonna drop this video. This is a full entire course. I'm gonna drop this whole entire course for free. Anyways, we have group calls. We have 2 to 3 per week. We do live Q&A on modules. You can ask anything, get answers in real time. We do portfolio reviews. You get feedback on your portfolio, improve acceptance rates. We have pitch feedbacks. Your pitches get reviewed, learn what's working. Of course, we have video feedback, see your videos through a creator's eye and get specific improvements. And then we celebrate our wins. We do strategy sessions. We do deep dive into strategies for your specific situation. And of course, we have one-to-one calls. If you ever need it, you can have a one-to-one call with me. So this is for members hitting specific roadblocks. If you're stuck on something, we can handle it. We can do a deep dive into your unique situation because not everything fits the group format, and I understand that. And of course, we create a personalized strategy for you. We have a custom roadmap based on your goals and the timeline. So these are just some community features, but we have a group chat for daily support. You can ask any questions. If you're stuck, you can get help fast. We have members sharing wins because if you see others crushing it, you're probably going to stay motivated. And then we also have members sharing struggles because you have to realize that you're not alone. Everyone struggles in this journey. And then we also have peer feedback on content. You get fresh eyes on your work from creators who understand. So the results are, without accountability, you probably reach 10K in 6 to 12 months because you're going solo. You have lots of trial and error and you're figuring it out by yourself. But with Content Amplifier, it'll probably take you 2 to 4 months to reach 10K per month because you have accountability system, you have templates, you have real-time feedback. Most importantly, you have community. And that's the difference between alone and accountable, because you compress months of learning into weeks and you stop guessing and start executing with confidence. So this is just what you get on day one, but you get immediate access to all 10 modules. Your first group call is scheduled, your community access to connect with other creators, you have a portfolio template to get started right away, you have your email templates for your first pitches, and then a one-on-one kickoff call to map out your strategy and where you want to be. And our program officially launches in the next 3 days, but why join early? So the reason why is that you get early bird pricing, right? Founding members get locked in rates forever. We have a smaller initial cohort, which means more one-on-one attention from me. You are able to shape the program. Your feedback directly influences what we build, and we build community from the start, right? Be part of the founding group. And the reality is spots are limited. We're not scaling this to 1,000 people. We're building a real community where everyone gets attention and feedback. The first cohort isn't 30 to 50 founding members max. It's 3 to 5. And after that, we're closing and then waiting until the next month because we want quality members over quantity. People who are actually driven and hungry to change themselves and then help the people around them. So 3 ways to get started is to join the waitlist. You have early access, early bird pricing, first to launch, and that is what you get. You go solo right now, which is also good. You can execute on everything you learned today, record your first video, send those pitches, or you want to talk first, we can jump on a call. Let's see if CA is the right fit for where you're at. No pressure, just DM me on Instagram with the word mentor, and we can start a conversation. But remember that the people making 10K per month don't just learn frameworks, they execute them with or without Content Amplifier. That is your move today. So if you guys are interested and want to level up your game, this is a $0 to $10,000 UGC speedrun. We have the Content Amplifier waitlist in the description. So send your first pitches today, record your first video today, and if you want to compress a timeline by having an accountability system, templates, and SOPs, then let's see if Content Amplifier works for you. Either way, the move is to start today, and I really hope you get that done. Trust me, you'll make your first $1,000 to $3,000 to $5,000 per month just following this framework. So that is it to wrap up this video. I hope you guys found it useful and have an amazing day.